Hey everybody, it's Oni, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this really cute milk cartons. They are really fun and easy projects, especially if you have some scrap yarn laying around. What you're going to need is some yarn in whatever colors you want to do. For the face, I do recommend a much skinnier type of yarn. This is the one I picked. I think I got it from Michael's. And some felt for the decorations. I am using this crochet hook and a yarn needle, and then you can embroider your eyes, but I have these safety eyes beads, so I'll be using those. Another thing you will need is some stuffing. I'm using the Polyfill Ultra Plush, and I believe I got this at Walmart. So take your 3.125mm hook and take your yarn, and we're going to make a slip knot. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 10. Okay, once we've chained 10, we are going to skip this one, and going to the second one right there. And we're going to do a single crochet. And we're going to do single crochet all the way down. You should have a total of 8. And there is your second row. Now you're going to keep repeating this for 6 more rows for a total of 8 rows. So here we are, we've done 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now it's time to create a border around this whole thing. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to flip it, and we're going to do single crochets in this first top row. Now on this last stitch, we're going to do 2 single crochets there. There's one, and here is our second one. Okay, now we're on this side, and do you see the areas where the rows meet? There are holes there, and we're going to do single crochets there too. This row right here, we're going to go in between that, and your hook should go in there easily. And you're going to do a single crochet. And now we're on this row right here. You should find that little tiny hole. And keep finding those holes all the way across. And in this hole right here, we're going to do 2 single crochets. And just tighten that up a little bit. And now we're on this row. And this one is easy as well. This was your chain in the beginning. So you're just going to go in those stitches. and you're going to do your single crochets. Now go in that little corner right here, and that's where we're going to put our 2 single crochets. And now for this side as well, same thing as this one, we're going to go find those tiny holes right there. We're just going to put our hook in and we're going to do our single crochets. And right there we're going to do our 2 single crochets. And then right in there we're going to do a slip stitch. Should be the hole next to the one you just did. It is a little tight to get in. There you go. And then we're going to chain 1. Now this is the easy part. We're going to do 1 single crochets, but only in the back loops only. So in crocheting you have those 2 hoops, and we're just going to go in the one in the back. And we're going to do our single crochet. And it's probably a good idea to put a stitch marker right there. And we're going to do that all the way around. It should be easy because each stitch should have 2. Okay, this one does not like me at all. I'm going to start over on that one. Okay, so this one should have been your chain 1, and this is where your stitch marker is. So we are going to slip stitch in that chain 1. It's going to be a little tight and a little hard. Okay, and you can see that our square is starting to come up a little bit, and that's really good. This side is normal. It's going to kind of want to slant instead of do a nice curve like this side. But now we are just going to do single crochets in all of them like normal, and we should be doing this for 7 rows. So nothing out of the ordinary, just single crochets in all of the stitches. And I will see you on row 7. Okay, so I finished my 7 rows and we are here and we're going to do a color change now. So we're going to take that out and we're going to do a single crochet just as normal, but before you pull it through, we're going to get our blue. We're going to get our blue yarn. Oops. And we're going to pull that through those 2 loops, just so. And in our next stitch, we are going to do a slip stitch. And it's probably a good idea to pull those taut because they do get a little loose. And you can go ahead and single crochet all the way around just as normal, like so. And it's probably a good idea to weave in your ends on the inside. It does get a little harder the higher this gets. Okay, so now we have finished. I did about 6 rows. Sometimes I do 7, sometimes I do 6. Just depend. And of course you can see that you're going to have your ends here. And what you can do is you can weave them in, but as you know, I hate weaving in my ends. So I just knot it a couple of times and then I'll just cut right there. It doesn't really matter since we will be stuffing it and closing it shut. Just make sure that it's knotted a couple of times so it doesn't come out. Now what we are going to do is we're going to do our accessories. By that I mean we're going to put our milk and our eyes and our facial expression. So we are going to choose a side that we like. This one is pretty good. I usually decide based on the lining on the end. So this one has the best features. And now we can start our embroidery. This is how I do my embroidery, probably the worst way possible, but you can do it any way you like. What I do is I just do one line at a time and I'll just crudely knot it at the back. Of course you can do it any way you want. There is a duplicate stitch embroidery you could also check out. I did that for some. As you can see right here, that is also an option. Next, you can do your eyes. If you want to embroider them, that's fine, but I do have safety beads, so that's what I'm going to be using. And don't forget to put the backs on these. I always forget. I have no idea why. He is so handsome. Okay, as you can see, I am done. I did the face, and now we can go ahead and close this up. And what I do is I start to crease the sides. And this may take a few tries to get it just right. Do it on all sides. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring this like that. And then we are ready to start our binding. So take your loop and then you're gonna put your hook into that first stitch you see there. There you go. And then you should be able to do a slip stitch like so, and just like that we're going to repeat that all through. You're going to put your hook through those two loops, and you're going to slip stitch. To do our white top, we are going to put our hook on the very edge right here. We're going to take our white yarn and what we're going to do is we're going to pull that through. We're going to take our working string and we're going to find the next loops here. And we're going to bring that up and we're going to do a single crochet. And there you have it. You're going to take the next one. These are really tight, so be careful not to ruin your pretty artwork in the front. You're going to bring that up as well, and you're going to do another single crochet. And you're going to repeat that all the way across. When you're done with that side, you can go ahead and chain one. Turn your work as we did in the beginning, and we are going to do another row across. When you are done with this, you can go ahead and cut the string, weave in your ends, and you are good to go. We can go ahead and cut out our different decorations. For the regular milk, I'm just going to cut a simple heart. You can go ahead and stitch the decorations if you want. I am super lazy, as you guys know, and I will use glue any chance I get. So I'll just go ahead and put that there. And you can see the different varieties of milk you can make. I played around with size and I made the chocolate milk a lot larger than the regular milk, and I gave him more of a brisk personality. I just thought that was really cute. This one hands down is my favorite, and not because it's pink, but I made it much smaller than the original and it turned out to be the best one. I mean, the corners are more defined. It is way neater than its siblings, and just look at that strawberry. That is honestly the cutest thing I've ever seen. And if you like puns like me, you can do the bad milk. I have been laughing at this for 10 minutes now and I can't stop. But for the bad or rotten milk, I gave him some glasses and a big X because he was obviously expired. I was also thinking of doing a spoiled milk and putting a crown on her. I thought that would be really fun. But yeah, play around with different sizes, different tensions, and you can do a lot of different things. Juice would be a fun thing to do. Thank you so much for watching this. It really means a lot. If you do end up making it, please show me by going on my blog or emailing. That would be great. And this is Oni.